Hello. Hi. Hi. So good evening, everyone. Also back home, we're going to start in 2 or 3 minutes. So maybe you'd like to come to sit, or maybe just keep on lying on the floor. You have a few more minutes to really arrive here before the class starts. Close your eyes and turn the attention more inside. Maybe you can start by bringing the fullest attention towards the breath. This is the instrument that we always carry along with us. And it's a very simple tool to arrive in the here and now. And without directing your breath at the moment, simply allow it to happen. You don't need to intensify the breath. Simply observe it, how it comes and how it goes. Maybe you can even listen to the silent gap between one out breath and one in breath. Feeling the surface underneath you, grounding yourself a little bit more down. And from there, see if you can lift up through the spine, coming to sit up straight with an open heart. Shoulders a little bit drawn towards the back. And let's chant 3 times Ohms together. Breathing out first, taking a long and deep breath in. Bringing your hands together in front of the heart. Bowing the head towards the heart, and you can offer your practice away to someone else who needs a little help or extra support, mental support at the moment. And when you're done, you can raise your hands down to the knees. And we are going to chant a mantra right away. It's a Vedic mantra. You're probably, or maybe you are familiar with it. I don't know, of course. It's Asatoma, and you can find it on page number 4. Asatoma Sat Gamaya Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Which the translation is beautiful. It means like lead me from lead me from the unreal to the real. And lead me from darkness to light, and lead me from death, like having a life of death, where you can actually experience that you are in a life without an ending. So lead me to immortality. That's what the mantra is about. If you don't know it, you can listen, of course, first, and then join us if you feel ready. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Soma Sangamaya Dhamma Soma Jyotirgamaya Mrijoma Amritam Gamaya. Filling up once more. Oh, you have your eyes closed, feeling the vibration of the chanting in your whole system. Without any judgment, see if you can become fully aware of it. The effects on the body. The way maybe it opens you up, and the way it connects you to your surroundings, to the other people inside of the room. Maybe it brings you in the here and now. There's nothing that should happen, but simply explore it for yourself, becoming aware of the subtleties. Usually we start our classes by sharing a Dharma talk. Today I will keep the Dharma talk for the ending, because we are discussing the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. It's one of the basic books, the scriptures of yoga. Really, really good. It's about a makeup of the mind in a very scientific approach. So yoga is not only about stretching or becoming more flexible or stronger, or it might be a reason why you come to yoga, of course. But there is a deeper message and philosophy beyond it. So actually it's describes about the makeup of the mind and how it works, and how we can actually find a way out of like all this clutter in the mind. So we can experience in it here and now more freedom and joy. It also instructs us about an eightfold path of yoga. So that basically starts with the ethics of yoga, but then it continues also with some steps that brings you to like full peace of mind. And yoga is one of the very first steps. And after yoga there comes pranayama, so that's the control of prana, the breath work in the body. And after that we have the step of meditation. So that's why I want to end class today with a guided meditation practice, so we can actually have a very direct experience of what is written down in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So we'll flip it a little bit upside down today. I see a lot of new faces. My name is Marika. I'm teaching this class from September onwards, so I hope we're going to have some fun today, of course. So you can place your mantra books to the side and stretch your legs. Then recross your legs the way you are not used to break that pattern at least. And then again, come to side of space. Because first we are going to install the breath. Installing the breath, placing your left hand on the breastbone and the right hand on the belly. Closing the eyes and then start to breathe a little bit deeper. So on the inhale you might notice that your whole ribcage expands. There's really a lot of space in the upper part of the body where you can breathe to. You can bring your breath all the way up to your clavicles and also to the back lungs. And when you breathe out, you pull your belly button a little bit in and up towards the spine. So then there arises strength from the lower parts of the belly. So on the inhale you feel a certain lift and a space. And on the exhale you feel strength and grounding from below. Breathing deeply in, filling up. And on the exhale, open the mouth, releasing the air through the mouth. Like you're fogging up a mirror. Deeply in. And exhaling once more through the mouth. Same sound in the back of the throat on the inhale too. So we intensify the breath, but we also create sound with the breath. This is actually a true guide through the whole practice. If you lose this practice, like if you lose this breath, then actually we are not practicing yoga. Because yoga is about moving on the breath. It might seem that I am your guide, I'm guiding you through the postures, but actually it should be the breath that guides you through the postures. Of course, there's a certain technique which I will instruct you, but please stay close to this breath. As soon as the breath becomes shaky or shallow, that's a clear sign from the body and from the breath that you need to take a step back. Don't listen to the mind, but try to listen to this breath instead. Alright, without losing the breath, slowly start to open your eyes, and let's see, we can meet in hands and knees, finding the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, spreading the fingers super wide. If you look through your leg, you don't want to be able to see the feet, so the feet should be on hip width distance. So now we are going to lift the fingers up from the floor. Spread them a little bit wider, as wide as you can. And then first we are going to bring the roots of the fingers down to the floor, and then the rest of the fingers. So this part, the palm, is called Hasta Bandha. There is an energy bandha, a bow that connects you to the earth. So it's really important. Then if you have that bandha, then you don't slide forward that much anymore. So connect your full hands to the floor, especially the roots of your fingers. And then slowly start to curl your toes under, bringing your seat back towards the heels. And finding two long arms, drawing your shoulder blades together, so you're protecting your shoulder blades. And on the next exhale, you're going to lift your knees just 10 centimeters away from the floor. Now on the inhale, you want to find a lot of length in your spine, and especially a lot of space in your lower back. You don't want to lose that space when you're going to straighten your legs completely. Maybe you want to keep your knees just slightly bent for now, because we're still warming up. Alright, taking a long and deep breath in, finding length in the spine, stretching a little bit more. And exhale. Breathing deeply in, filling up. And exhale, pull your belly button in and up. Breathing in, shoulders away from the ears, draw the shoulder blades together on the back. And exhale. Taking one more deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. On the inhale, now shoulders forwards to a high plank. And we are going to stay in the high plank, pushing your heels away and lowering your hips a little bit so your whole body is in one line. Maybe look underneath your body to see if that's the case. And again, we are going to draw the shoulder blades together on the back. Taking one more deep breath in, exploring the length throughout the whole body. And exhaling, lowering the whole body in one straight line out to the floor, pointing the toes. And on the inhale, we're going to lift the knees and lift the chest. And come to a heart opener to the front. Curling the toes under, bring the seat back to the heels, keep your hands where they are. And on the exhale, now straighten the legs, come to a downward facing dog. Taking a deep and long breath in, filling up. And exhale. Now start to walk your feet slowly towards the hands, taking very small steps. And then when you arrive at the front of your mat, your feet should be hip width apart. You can bend your knees deeply so the belly connects to the thighs. And then let your head hang, letting your arms hang, making your shoulders and your neck super soft, making the muscles in the face release them all. And maybe shake your head from left to right. And shake it yes. And then feel the feet standing on the floor. Just feel the whole platform of the feet connecting to the earth. And just notice if you're hanging a little bit forwards to the toes, or you're bringing your weight backwards. Instead, you want to divide the weight equally over the whole platform of the both feet. From there, from this connection on the inhale, slowly come to roll up the spine. Slowly on the breath, bring your head up last. Giving your shoulder a good roll to the back. Maybe 3 times. And then to the front. Alright. Now we come to stand with the big toes together. And the heels just slightly apart. So the side of the feet are parallel to each other. And then we bring the pubic bone a little bit forwards and the tailbone, that's the end of the spine, towards the heels. So we activate the stand. Hands together in front of the heart space. Breathing out first. And then with an Ujjayi breath, taking the whole inhale to lift the arms up. Look up at your thumbs. And now on the exhale, folding forwards. On the inhale, lifting your chest and head up. Heart forwards, bending the knees. And stepping the right foot back. Stepping the left foot back. As soon as you are in a downward facing dog, connect your hands towards the floor, especially those roots of the fingers. Try to see if you can really press the floor away from underneath your hands. So you lengthen the arms and draw the shoulder blades together on the back. Maybe you can even soften your shoulders. Taking a full and deep breath in. And exhale. On the inhale now, lifting your right foot up and step it forwards in between your hands, maybe with a little help of your hands. There should be a hip width distance between both feet so we gain more balance. And then slowly bring your hands towards the right knee first. So first we bring up the whole body vertical. So maybe you need to come a little bit more back, finding the strength below in the exhale and sinking a little bit deeper so your frontal thigh is parallel to the floor. Now on the inhale you start to lift up your arms and stretch a little bit higher. Exhale, you ground yourself down more towards the floor. Breathing fully and deeply in, feeling that there's a lot of space where you can breathe to. Exhale, pull your belly button in and up. Let's take one more breath in and out. On the inhale, now bring your hands towards the floor. Come to a high plank. Exhale, lower the whole body down towards the floor. Pointy toes. And on the inhale, now lift the chest, elbows into the ribs. Exhale, come back down to the floor. Curl the toes under. Bring the seat back to the heels first. And then start to straighten the legs on the exhale. Taking one inhale. And out. On the inhale, lift the left leg up. Step it forwards in between the hands. Again, make sure that there is a hip width distance between the feet. Push your right heel back. First, hands towards the knee. Making sure that your front leg is parallel to the floor. Whole upper body completely vertical, so don't hang forwards. And then on the inhale, lifting up the arms. So you lift up the arms on the whole breath in. And stay there. Ground yourself a little bit more down. Breathing deeply and stretching up through the fingertips like you're reaching for something you really want to reach for. Exhale, ground yourself a little bit more down. Taking one more breath in. And out. On the inhale now, bring your hands to the floor. Come to a high plank. And from there, lower the whole body to the floor. Pointed toes. On the inhale, lift chest and knees, engaging the legs. Exhale, come back to the floor. Curl the toes under. And then seat back to the heels. On the exhale, come back downward facing dog. So we're going to stay for 5 breaths in a down dog. First, connect your hands to the floor. Spread your fingers a little bit wider. Placing the roots of the fingers more down to the floor so you create this Hasta Bandha. And maybe now you can already straighten your legs a little bit more, making sure that the feet are hip width apart. Breathing deeply in. And exhale, pull the belly button in and up. Breathing deeply in, feeling the space on the inhale. And exhale, grounding yourself a little bit more down through the belly. And taking one final breath. And exhale, now bend the knees, look forwards, curl the tailbone in. And then jump. On the inhale, you lift the chest, look up. And on the exhale, you fall forward over 2 straight legs. Again, feel the feet standing on the floor. From there, you're rising up on the inhale. Taking the whole inhale to lift the arms up, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, bring the hands together, feel the heart space. Inhale, lifting the arms up, a lot of space in the chest. Exhale, now dive forwards. Inhale, lift the chest and hands, bending the knees. Stepping the left foot back and stepping the right foot back. Come to a downward facing dog. Taking one gentle breath in and out. On the inhale, lifting your right foot up. Step it forwards, and again we come to Anjaneyasana, but now in one go. So on the inhale, you lift the arms up, reach higher, and on the exhale, you sink a little bit deeper in the posture. Breathing in, reaching higher, and out, having your gaze at one spot. Soften your gaze, and taking one more breath, and out. Now on the inhale, bringing your hands to the floor. Keeping your left hand where it is. On the inhale, we start to lift the right arm up, coming for a simple twist. Reaching up with the right hand. So you really align your shoulders in a beautiful line. Open your chest a little bit more. Breathing deeply into the chest. Exhale, belly button in towards the spine. Taking one more breath in. And out. On the inhale, right hand to the floor. Straighten the front leg. So both legs are straight. Now first lift the chest, look a little bit forwards. And then on the exhale, come forward over that right leg. Bring your neck in one line with the rest of your spine. Making sure that your hips are leveled. So maybe you want to check with your right hand on the sacrum, your heiligtbeen. Your hips are leveled. Otherwise, pull your right hip a little bit back and down. And then taking one more breath, stretching both legs. And out. On the inhale, bend your front leg, stepping back to a down dog. And now simply notice the difference between the 2 legs. Taking one breath in between. And out. On the inhale, lifting the left leg up, step it forwards. And Anjaneyasana left side. So on the inhale, you lift. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper in the posture. Stay here. Breathing deeply in. Straighten your back leg. And out. On the inhale, you feel that your whole ribcage expands. And out, soften your shoulders. Taking one more breath in, soften your gaze. And out. Now on the inhale, bring both hands first towards the floor. Then the right hand stays down. And on the inhale, like you're switching on a light, lifting the other arm up. Bring your arms in one beautiful line. Try to align your shoulders and your clavicles. And keep on stretching the right leg back. Heel is pressing away from the rest of the body. Breathing in. And out. And taking one more breath in. And out. On the inhale, bring both hands down to the floor. Now come to a high plank. And from that high plank, lower the whole body down to the floor. On the inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart, and knees, Bhujangasana. Exhale, come back down to the floor. Feel the toes under, and then first seat back to the heels. And on the exhale, straighten the legs. Again, come to a downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana for 5 breaths. Breathing deeply in. And with exhale. So this at one point becomes your resting posture. So we really build up strength and flexibility. Drawing your shoulders away from the ears. Try to bring your shoulder blades more together on the back. Try to soften your shoulders. You can bring the gaze towards your navel or in between your legs. Taking one final breath. And on the exhale, bend the knees, look forwards. And then without a thought, just jump the feet forwards. On the inhale, lift your chest up. And on the exhale, diving forwards over 2 straight legs. From the feet, from that connection to the earth, on the inhale, start to lift up. Open the whole chest, look up towards the thumbs. And exhale, hands towards the heart. Beautiful. Taking one breath or 2 with your eyes closed. Feeling the connection to the floor and at the same time feeling the length throughout the whole posture. And softly open your eyes. Bring your hands towards the hips. And then step your feet hip width apart. So first on the inhale, we're going to look a little bit up towards the nose. And we're pulling the skin of the belly with the fingers a little bit backwards. So we're engaging the psoas, and from there on the exhale, now we come halfway forwards. So first we're going to hold the ankles if possible. On the inhale, once more we lift the chest, and with that space we have created, we come forwards in the forward bend. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible, falling forwards from the hips, not from the upper part of the back. If you notice that you are doing that, simply lift your chest again a little bit, and then again hinging forwards from the hips, keeping your neck soft, keeping your shoulders soft. And then I want you to pay attention to the feet. So feel how you're standing on the feet. How is the weight divided over the platform of the whole 2 feet? Are your toes wide? We want to have happy toes in yoga, so spread them a little bit wider. Again, connect them to the floor. Are you hinging towards your, are you hanging towards your knees? I mean to your ankle? No, towards your heels. That's also not a good idea. Divide the weight equally over the whole platform. Coming to your maximum, taking 3 more breaths. Letting your neck hang. Yes. Maybe slowing down the breath. Right. Then bending your knees, placing your belly on your thighs, and then placing your hands in front of you with your palms open to the floor. And shake out your head again, so you can release the tension in your shoulders. Allow all the tension you were still carrying with you, allow it to release it. And then swaying the upper body a little bit from left to right. And then move your hands with it, like you're moving your hands throughout some sand on a tropical beach. Then slowly come back to the center. And from there, with 2 bend knees on the inhale, come to roll up. And we are moving very slowly and on the breath. So there is a strong connection to the floor. And on the inhale, we are rolling ourselves gently up, bringing the head up last. Right. So you can open your eyes if they were closed. And we're coming to stand with the face in this direction. To Prasarita Padottanasana, bring the feet a little bit wider so there's 1 leg distance between the 2 feet. And then you want to turn the toes a little bit more inwards. And pressing the outer feet more down into the floor. Again, we are bringing the hands towards the belly and the thumbs around the waist. So we're pulling the skin a little bit backwards. On the inhale, look up towards your nose and a little bit up. And on the exhale, we come halfway forwards. Placing your hands right underneath your shoulders. On the inhale, you elongate the spine, reaching forwards with the crown of the head and beyond. And exhale, now walking your hands on the exhale a little bit in, so your hands come in line with the feet. And maybe you can even bend your arms to a 90-degree angle. And reaching forwards. So instead of reaching down, see if you can elongate the spine more forwards. And be gentle for yourself. So you don't become a better person if you can bring your head to the floor. If you're struggling like that and striving through the whole postures, then yeah, probably you are more stressed by the time you walk out of the studio than when you came in. So become aware of all these tensions and tendencies that you have. It's very likely that what you do on the mat is a reflection of how you act usually in your daily life. Taking one deep breath in and exhale, come to your maximum. Feeling the feet standing on the floor, bringing your hands towards the hips. Again, pull that skin from the belly a little bit backwards. And on the inhale, with 2 straight and 2 engaged legs, come all the way up, look up at your nose. And then spreading the arms out to the sides. And now we are going to interlace the fingers behind the back on the exhale. On the inhale, once more, open the chest, look up towards the nose. And on the exhale, now come halfway forwards again. Again, we are lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, coming all the way forwards. Bring the hands in the direction of the floor in front of us. So it's a beautiful shoulder opening and in the same time a forward bend. While you're coming forwards using the breath, so inhale, lengthen, exhale, come more forwards. While you do that, you want to keep the legs super engaged. So they're straight, the quadriceps are engaged, the knees are lifted up a little bit. And we take 3 more breaths. I think you are all doing great. Beautiful. Don't hang backwards. Try to bring the weight a little bit more forwards. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up. Pressing the feet down into the floor, look up at your nose, and then release your hands. Bring your hands towards the hips, and then you can step or jump the feet together. Shake out the legs. And it's time to stand at the front of the mat. Hands together in front of the heart. And let's exhale first. On the inhale, hook the thumbs, bend the knees, and start to scoop up. And on the exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, high on the fingertips, look forwards. Bending the knees and stepping back, downward facing dog. Taking one gentle breath in and out. On the inhale, now lift your right leg up, keep it there, and look to that right foot. So the toes are pointing down, the whole back leg is straight. And you want to make sure that the toes are pointing down, and that's a sign that your hips are level. Taking one more breath. And then bend the knee and step the right foot in between the hands, turning the left foot in, so the outer foot is pressing down into the floor. And then on the inhale, using one breath in to bring the hands together above the hands. So you can either look up towards the hands or bring the gaze forwards, but at least you want to spin the whole chest forwards. Breathing in, finding length in the posture, reach a little bit higher. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper, so your whole front thigh is parallel to the floor. Taking one more deep breath in. And now on the exhale, open up, warrior 2. You want to check your back arm to see if it's in one line with the front, gazing back over the front. So a lot of us need to bring the upper body a little bit more back, so the front upper body is in the middle of the 2 legs. Like you're grabbing your keys, like you forgot them somewhere in the kitchen, like, yes, I have it. Alright, taking one more breath. And out. Now on the inhale, bring your hands to the floor, come to a high plank. And from that high plank, come to a low down to the floor. Point the toes, and on the inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, come back down to the floor. Pull the toes under, bring your seat back to the heels. And then from there, straighten the legs, down dog. Taking one breath. And out. On the inhale, inhale, lift the left foot up. Now keep it there. Look underneath the belly towards the left foot. Make sure that the back leg is straight. Toes are pointing down. That means that the hips are level. And then bend that leg. Place the foot in between the hands. Right foot turns down to the floor. Using the whole breath in to lift the arms up. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper to the floor. So I think all of you need to step a little bit longer, so you have enough space between the 2 feet. And if you bring your front thigh parallel to the floor, the knee doesn't come over the ankle. So make sure you have enough space. Pressing the outer foot really firmly down into the floor. And let's take one more breath. And on the exhale now open up, warrior 2. Checking the back arm to see if it's in one line with the front. Really try to bring your arms in one line. Yes, good. Alright, taking one more breath. Lengthen your lower back. Don't stick your butt back. Taking, okay, one more breath. And up. Now on the inhale, bring your hands back to the floor. Come to a high plank. And now we're going to bend the elbows. Come to a low plank chaturanga. So that's a low plank. On the inhale, roll over your toes, upward facing dog. And exhale, rolling gently back, downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths. Look at your hands. See if your fingers are well spread. And if they're in the same form on the floor. From there, build the whole posture. So we always build the posture from the floor. Stretching the arms, turning the underarms in, upper arms out. Drawing the shoulder blades together on the back, feeling the length in the spine. And really try to work on straightening the legs. Taking a breath in. And out. Taking one more deep breath in, feeling the space where you can breathe too. And on the exhale now bend the knees, look forward and jumping forwards. On the inhale lift up, on the exhale falling forwards, bending the knees. And on the inhale scooping up, arching just slightly back. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart space. On the inhale, once more, scooping up, exhale, fold forwards. On the inhale, lift your chest up, and stepping the right foot back, and left foot back, downward facing dog. Check the posture. On the inhale, now lift the right foot up, step it forwards in between the hands, and the left foot turns towards the floor. Check your distance, check your foundation, and then from there, build up the whole posture. So using the breath to lift the arms up and immediately open up. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Taking one breath here and out. Now the next inhale we're going to straighten the front leg. Lifting the kneecaps, both feet are firmly down into the floor. On the inhale you want to reach forwards. There is length on both sides of the upper body. And then bring the right hand down to the shin or ankle. Lifting the left arm up. So again we lift and lengthen. Bring the arms in one straight line. Aligning the shoulders, aligning the clavicles. And pressing the pubic bone just a little bit forwards. Breathing in to the heart space and out. Taking one more breath in and exhale, look down towards your right foot. On the inhale, let's come up and exhale, bend the front leg. On the inhale, reaching forwards and place that elbow on the right knee. Bring the right hand towards the belly so you can really feel the strength coming from your lower belly on the exhale. On the inhale, you lift up your left arm and bring it over the face into the room. Look underneath the armpit to the sky. So you want to experience a beautiful line from the outside of the left foot all the way to the left middle finger. Turn your left side of the chest a little bit more up towards the ceiling. And exhale, pull your belly button in and up. Taking one more deep breath in towards the heart space. And exhale, look down. Frame the front foot and step gently back. Downward facing dog. Let's take one breath in between and out. On the inhale, left foot up, step it in between the hands, and the right foot comes down. Then on the inhale, lifting your arms up high, stretching up, and exhale, opening up, warrior two. Taking one breath in, making sure that your front thigh is parallel to the floor, and out. On the inhale, straighten the front leg, engaging the legs, feel the feet on the floor. On the inhale, now reach forward as far as you can. Bring the left hand down now. And on the inhale, lifting your right arm up. Bring your shoulders in a beautiful line. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, look up towards that right hand. And out. On the inhale, come up. Exhale, bend the front leg. Now on the inhale, lengthen forward with the left arm. And then bring that left elbow to the left knee. On the inhale, bring the right arm up first. And then on the exhale, bring it over your face. Looking underneath the armpit to the sky. So also in this posture, your front leg should be parallel to the floor. And press the outer foot a little bit more down. So you're turning the toes, the left foot a little bit more, or you reach back with the right heel. Taking a deep breath in, and exhale, feeling the strength coming from below. One more breath in, and exhale, look down, frame your front foot, and come to a high plank. And from the high plank, come to a low plank chaturanga, moving gently and on the breath. On the inhale, rolling over all your 10 toes. Exhale, rolling back to a downward facing dog. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Connect your hands to the floor, spreading your fingers wide, feeling the roots of the fingers into the floor. And then from there, build up the whole posture. Straightening the arms, inner ear, arms in, upper arms out. Shoulders away from the ear, shoulder blades together on the back. And have a sense of length and a beautiful stretch in the spine. Working on straightening the 2 legs, making sure that the 2 feet are parallel and hip width. And taking one final breath. And out. So let's bring the big toes together, the knees to the width of the mat. And let's come to rest in a quiet child's pose. Letting go of the breath work, just allow it to happen all by itself. Letting the whole body melt into the floor. And this idea is that you bring your knees as wide as the mat, so you can rest your soft belly in between your 2 thighs. Let it all hang there, nobody's watching, so just release everything that you want to release. Finding softness in your belly, sliding everything away from your shoulders and your back. You're carrying enough weight throughout the day in the shoulders. Taking rest. How often does it actually happen throughout the day that we take a full rest? You don't need to go anywhere, you don't need to do anything, you don't need to think about anything. The only thing you can do is letting go. Slowly come up, rolling up so you can round your spine. And I'm going to show you what we are going to do next, and then I'm going to hand out blocks. So don't worry about the blocks, I'm going to hand them out to you. So we're coming into Ardha Chandrasana, and from that we work on this posture from downward facing dog. On the inhale you lift the right leg, and you bring the right foot forwards, turning the left heel down to the floor. Alright, so you pick the block in your right hand, and you scoop it a little bit forwards and out to the sides. Alright, so on the inhale you come up, and then you want to have this block right underneath your right shoulder, and then lift that left leg a little bit higher, so both legs are straight and active. The back foot is flexed, and then you start lifting up this left arm, and if you have the balance you can even look up towards this left hand, pressing the pubic bone forwards, and I have the sensation that I'm reaching with everything in 4 directions. So I'm reaching to the floor, I'm reaching up to the sky, and I'm reaching forwards with my hand and pressing backwards with my foot to an imaginary wall. And to come out, I slowly bring my hand down, and again I come to a downward facing dog. Alright, so we fully want to align the shoulders. That's the idea of this posture. So who needs a block? You have a block? You don't? Nila, you have one? Yes. You? Yes. Come to a downward facing dog first. And then stepping the right foot first up and then forwards. Left heel comes down to the floor. And then pick the block in your right hand. Use it on the short side and place it to the front and outside. And then lifting on an inhale your back leg up. And really try to work on 2 straight legs. So imagine that you're between 2 walls, and the 2 walls are squeezing the whole body together. So you don't banana, you don't bring your body in a bow, your whole body is nicely aligned. Block underneath your shoulders, and from there you're lifting your left arm up, reaching up through the fingertips. Fingers are together, so there's a strong energy line that reaches up. Flexing the foot, lifting the foot a little bit higher, taking a deep breath in. Roos, try to lift your leg a little bit more, flex your foot. So really pull the toes towards you, so you engage the leg. Alright, take one more breath. I think you are doing great. And then bring the left hand down to the floor, like nothing has ever happened. Gently step back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking one breath in between. And out. So let's come to the other side. On the inhale, lifting the left leg up. Bring it in between your hands, right heel turns to the floor, and then use the block in your left hand on the short side, bring it to the front and outside, so the block is really underneath your shoulder. And then on the inhale, lifting the right leg up, straighten both legs, flexing the foot. Yes. Lifting the leg a little bit higher, engage the leg, flex the foot. And then if you can, look up towards that right hand if you have a steady balance. Let's all lift the leg a little bit higher, pressing the pubic bone forward. Imagine that your big toe of the left foot is pressing down into the floor, and there's a strong line that pulls you up from there. Taking one more breath. Oh, beautiful. And then bring your hands to the floor. Gently step back to a downward facing dog. And if you still have some juice left, you can flow through the vinyasa. If that feels okay with you, according to the breath. And then let's meet in a downward facing dog. Having a gentle breath. Inhale, lifting your right foot up, bending that knee, and bring the knee to the outside of your right wrist. And then first bring the right foot a little bit more forward if you don't have any knee problems. Otherwise, keep your knee really well together. Flex this foot. And look over your left shoulder to see if the leg is in one line with the side of the mat. You come high on the fingertips. On the inhale, you look a little bit up towards your nose. On the exhale, like you're surrendering forwards. Walking your hands forwards. You can either straighten the arms out to the front if it feels okay for you. And otherwise, make a pillow out of your underarms and rest your forehead on it. Well, try to bring your weight a little bit more to the right. Yes, great. So in this position, your hips should be level. Always a beautiful posture to get a full adjustment, but as you know, I can't come around. Maybe you want to check yourself, placing one hand on your sacrum. Feel if your sacrum is level, which means that your hips are level too. Toes are connected. So I always like to connect with every yoga posture towards the floor. Really have this deep connection to the earth. Feel that you're being carried by the earth. Reach up for your so using the breath to one more breath. Now on the inhale, look up, walking your hands back towards the body. Your hands become like placing back on the floor and gently stepping back to a downward facing dog. Taking one breath in between. And out. Now on the inhale, lifting the left foot up, bending the knee and bring the knee to the outside of the left wrist. First close the knee. If you don't have any knee issues, then maybe a little bit more forward, flex the foot. Look over the right shoulder to see if the leg is in one line with the side of the mat. Connect all the 5 toes to the floor. Come to the front, look up to your nose. If there is space in the chest, and with that space you want to come forwards. Don't lose the space. Soft shoulders, soft neck. Pressing your forehead maybe on your hands. Surrendering to the posture. Following your breath. Losing yourself in the breath. Sometimes you feel that the thought comes up. Simply turn the attention away from the thoughts. And turn your attention to the bodily experience, to the breath, to the sensations in the body. Hips are not level and then walk your hands back towards the body. Now we are going to bring the right leg forwards by coming to the side of your left thigh and straightening both legs out to the front. So we're coming to the forward bend, first Janusirasana. And we are going to bend this right knee in, close the knee first, and then we are going to bring the knee out to the side. So don't rush, never rush into the posture, because if you do this over a long period of time, you're going to disframe your knee. So first close the knee always, and then bring it out to the side, okay? You want to have a 90-degree angle between the two legs. I mean shin bone and the left leg. So bring your left hand behind you, so you push yourself to the front of the sitting bones. You're not hanging in your lower back, but there's length in the belly, there's space in the chest. And on the inhale, lifting the wide arm up. Without compromising on that space in the front, come halfway forward. So on the inhale, you again want to lengthen through the arm, through the spine, and then maybe holding the outside of the left foot, crossing over with your left arm. Once more, we lift the chest, lengthen the exhale, and then forwards from the hips. So if you notice that you're rounding your upper back, you come up and maybe not reach for that reach a little bit lower to your ankles. So you still want to have like an open chest in the front instead of closing your arms. Reach forward from the hips. Then again, bring the knee in and straighten it out to the front. Let's come to the other side. So bend the left knee in, bring it out to the side. We flex this right foot, so by flexing the foot, we start to engage the whole leg. You can actually feel that by your active quadriceps. Placing your hand behind you. Inhale, you lift the left arm up. Keep your shoulders and your neck soft. And on the exhale, come halfway forward. Again, on the inhale, notice that there's a lot of length in the spine. And then bring the hand down on the exhale, crossing over with the right arm. Inhale, lift your chest to create a little bit more length. And on the exhale, come forward. And then your right leg completely straight. Pulling your toes together. Sliding your hands slowly up, and then let's bring this knee in and straighten it out to the front again. Right. So now we are going to bend both knees in, and let's bring them out to the sides. So we are coming to Bakasana, and we are interlacing the fingers around the tops of the feet, and we're using the thumbs to open the feet, the inside of the feet, like we're reading a book. And we're also trying to open the inner heels, but the outer heels are firmly pressing together. So the inside opens up and the outside of the feet firmly press together. Okay? So you can sit here, and by squeezing the feet a little bit more together and opening the inside of the feet a little bit more, you can bring your knees slowly a little bit more down towards the floor. Alright, so you can sit like this. Close your eyes and become aware of the body experience, like the sensations and the breath. But you can also take it one step further. So then we come forwards and we press the shin bones down with the elbows towards the floor as a little support. And from there we work ourselves a little bit more forward on the breath. So don't force yourself forwards, but we use a little bit of arm strength to gently pull ourselves forward from the hips. So we're not again rounding the spine. We come forward with a straight spine. And we use the breath to come forward. So on the inhale you lengthen the spine. And on the exhale you come a little bit more forwards. So think of reaching forwards more than down. It's quite an intense posture. We're going to stay here for 5 more breaths. And just observe what your mind does when I say 5 more breaths. Please don't direct your anger to me. One more breath. And exhale. And then inhale, gently come up. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Working your knees towards the floor, closing your eyes. Having an open front of the body, straighten your back. And lifting out of your lower back especially. Alright, now open your eyes. And then with Yogi Toe Lock, we're going to hold the big toe. So that means that the index finger and the middle finger are coming around the big toes. And the thumbs are resting on the top of the big toes. And we're going to lift the legs up to the floor. And this is a beautiful balance. And we work on the core at the same time. So don't lift your shoulders up towards the ears, but try to bring the shoulder blades together on the back. You can even point your toes a little bit to straighten both full legs. And then look up towards the sky. Staying here for 3 more breaths. If you roll back, don't worry. Just be a little bit playful. And then maybe come down with your hands still on the floor. So on the inhale, you lift the chest forwards. And on the exhale, you come a little bit more forwards. You can hold maybe the inside of the 2 feet. And again, you want to fold forwards from the hips, not from the upper back. The toes are definitely pointing up towards the ceiling, so you engage 2 legs. You lift the kneecaps a little bit, flexing the feet. And we stay here again for 5 breaths. If your neighbor comes down to the floor, it's totally unimportant business for you. You're here just for yourself. It's really very unimportant how far you can come down to the floor. What's way more important is how you're dealing with yourself. Right? What does the mind do? Just become aware of all these thoughts, patterns, things. If you want to turn your attention more inside, maybe bring the attention towards the breath and the body sensations. Up. And exhale, let it go. And bring the feet together on the floor. We're coming up for Paschimottanasana. So the 2 legs are straight now. We're sitting up. And on the inhale, we're going to intensify the length in the upper body by bringing up the arms. And exhale, weight here, soften your shoulders. Inhale, reach a little bit higher through the fingertips. And on the exhale, coming halfway down. Pulling your belly button a little bit in half. On the inhale, now finding more leg, reach a little bit more forwards. And exhale, see if you can bring your hands to the outside of the feet. So you want to pull the outside of the feet, I mean the balls of your feet with your fingers toward you. And with your thumbs, you want to press the big toes away. So you have an internal rotation in this forward bend. And it becomes much easier to come forwards. So on the inhale, you lift just a little bit more up again. And on the exhale, now falling completely forward over your straight legs. Falling from your hips, not being rounded up the back. Otherwise, lift a little bit up. Intensifying the breath, make your breath audible. We're going to stay here for 8 more breaths. relax. Really surrender yourself to the posture. Wherever you are on the next inhale, look up. And then letting go of the feet, sliding your head slowly up. And then we're coming up for a tabletop, so placing your hands behind you, fingers are pointing forwards. And the toes, and the feet are coming parallel and hip width on the floor. So again, bring your full attention to the connection to the floor. So the feet are standing on the earth, the fingers are spreading wide and are connecting to the earth. And from there we build up the posture. So on the inhale, lifting up and come as high as possible. So first you want to lift up, and if you can no longer see your knees, then slowly you can bring the gaze backwards, opening the throat. Breathing deeply towards the heart space. Breathing in. Exhale, feeling the strength from below in the belly. Breathing in towards the heart space. Lifting a little bit higher. And exhale. Taking one more breath. And exhale, slowly lower the hips towards the floor. Placing your hands next towards the hips and then straighten the legs out to the front. So we're coming to Navasana. So the big toes are together, the knees are together, and then bring the arms parallel to the floor and the fingers reach to the front. So breathing in towards the heart, an inner smile. I know you all love this posture. Breathing in, lifting out of your lower belly. Right, taking one more breath. And exhale, bend the knees. Place your hands next to the hips. And lift the hips a little bit up from the floor, look forward. And again, come back to Navasana. It's a very good posture to build the strength. Breathing in towards the chest. Lifting out of your lower back. I know it burns, but this will really make you stronger. Ground yourself a little bit more down. Taking one more breath. And then cross the legs. Place your hands in front of you on the floor. And stepping back to a down dog. So traditionally this is done 5 times 5 breaths. So I'm being nice to you, okay? Bring the shoulders forwards to a high plank. Exhale, lower down to come and lay down on the floor. Keep your hands underneath your shoulder heads, pressing your feet into the floor. Feet are hip width apart. So now the forehead is still on the floor. You first want to feel the length in the spine, reaching with the tailbone towards the heels. And then on the inhale, lift your chest gently up, coming up for Bhujangasana. So you lift forwards and up with your chest, drawing your shoulder blades together on the back. Elbows are into the ribs. Taking one more breath, lengthening the lower back. And exhale, bring the right ear down to the floor. And release arms next to the body. Forehead to the floor, gluing the hands to the thighs. And we come up for one Shalabhasana. So first, bring the big toes together. And on the inhale, you lift the chest, look up towards your nose. And then we also start lifting the legs. Keeping the big toes together. With 2 straight legs, you lift everything away from the floor. Especially except for the space around your navel. Cue the gong. Lifting a little bit higher. And out. Taking one more breath. And exhale, bring the left ear down. Taking rest. Release the ankles to the sides. So you release the lower back. Lay on your back gently. Shake the legs out to the sky. We're coming for a twist. So after you've shaken out your legs, bending both legs, and wrap the right leg around the left one. Hooking the foot behind the left calf muscle. You really need to bend your knees for that. And first place put your left foot on the floor in one line with your spine. Lifting the hips a little bit up, place them to the right. Yes, and then bring your knees to the left. Bring your right arm out to the right. Look over your right shoulder out to the right hand. And feeling a nice stretch in your lower back. Soften your eyes, soften the gaze. Center. Follow the same instructions, but then to the other side. So this time the left leg wraps around the right leg. Right foot in one line with the spine, lifting the hips up a little bit to the left, and bringing the knees out to the right. Looking up the left shoulder out to the left hand. So you really want to align the whole body. Everything is in one line. Soften the eyes. Close your eyes to make the practice a little bit more intimate. So this is really where yoga is about, right? It's about intimacy with yourself, building this authentic relationship with your true self. From there, knowing who you are, you can look at the world, know how to act in the world. Having this steady base within you. Using the inhale to bring your legs up back to the center. If you like, you can shake them out to the sky. And then let's roll over to the right. And let's come up to sit. We're coming up for a little headstand practice. Oh, if you're freaking out, well, you can use the wall. It's all fine. If you don't know how to come into a headstand, then raise your hand. I will help you. Yeah? Okay. You can bring your mat to the wall, short side to the wall. If you're in your moon days, you don't want to come upside down. You don't never want to come to the inversion, so then take rest. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Chandrasekhara, 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 Pahimam.
So who else wants an instruction for the headstand? Yes? Okay.
Chandrasekhara, Rakshamam. Chandrasekhara.
So you can come a little bit closer to see what we are doing if you like the instruction. Yeah. So we're using the structure.
Chandrasekhara, 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 Rakshamam. Chandrasekhara, 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 Pahimam. 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 Chandrasekhara, 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 Rakshamam. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Chandrasekhara, 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 Pahimam. Chandrasekhara, 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 Rakshamam.
And if you are ready, you can come and lay down in Shavasana. Maybe cover yourself up with something warm. Bring your feet a little bit wider than the hips, allowing the toes to drop towards the side. Bring the arms a little bit away from the body, and the shoulders are resting down into the floor.
Chandrasekhara, 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 Pahimam. Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara.
Rest the whole body down to the floor. Really shift from doing and thinking towards simply being and feeling. Letting go of all the things you no longer need. Using this visceral experience to really be here and now.
Satcha Chara Shivoham Nityananda Swarupa Shivoham Shivoham Anandoham 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 Satchachara Parapurnam Shivoham Shivoham Nityananda Swarupa Shivoham Shivoham Satchachara Parapurnam Shivoham Shivoham Nityananda Swarupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham
Slowly deepen the breath. And with your fullest attention, start to move the toes and fingers. And without opening your eyes, see if you can roll to the right side. And we are coming to sit for a few minutes where we are going to have a very simple practice. So you can keep your eyes closed, finding a very steady seat. Seat where you are comfortable for the next couple of minutes and where you feel steadiness. Resting your hands on your knees with either the palms down or up. You can choose for yourself. Coming to sit up straight. So as I said, the Patanjali Yoga Sutras are about exploring how the makeup of the mind works. So I'd like to go with you through a very simple and immediate way of experiencing this. What the mind is and who you, the real you, actually is. Alright, let's suppose that now, here and now, nothing exists but you. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but let's just try it. And let's suppose that there is no world or memory of a world. There is only yourself. Only yourself. So that the intention has nothing to go. There's nowhere to go and nothing to go out about. There's nothing to talk about, not about yesterday or someday in the future. There's only your being. You are only here. So your attention has nothing to keep referring to apart from being aware of simply being. Being here. Being here. And anything of how I was yesterday or about how I want to be tomorrow, next week or next year is some kind of a myth. All that really exists is only here right now. Right now. So let's suppose that you can leave aside for a moment any idea that you have about who you are. Just for this very short time that we practice this together, that we are sitting here together. So leave any description about yourself, your self-image and so on. Just leave it aside for a moment. I'm not going to ask you to destroy it. Just leave it aside for now. Of course, when we are finished, you can reclaim whatever it is what you are leaving aside for the moment. But really be earnest about it, whatever it is. What I've done in my life, I've been meditating for so long and so on. Let's just not include that in this present moment. And whatever you want from the future, let's not engage any thought about that or any desire. Let's just leave it aside for the moment. So your past, your lineage, your background, the person you consider yourself to be, your relationships, your desires, your aspirations, your fears, just leave it aside for the moment. Empty, empty, empty. And really genuinely participate in the practice. Let's imagine that all you have learned, everything you believe or think, is somehow taken out. Everything is taken out. That will remain here, whatever it is that is. Something that cannot be taken away. It is just here. There is nothing that can be removed. There's nothing that not can be removed. But simply this being. You become completely empty of any thought, memory of the past or desire for the future. You're simply here. You are aware that what I'm calling you now, even your personality, your sense of personhood, your rights, you whatever your self-description is, you will suspend that for now. And I'm asking you this so that I can ask you a few simple questions where you can answer yes or no silently for yourself. So if you've come with me so far to leave these things aside, then I want to ask you that thing that is what still is there, whatever it is that you want to call it, the what is. I'm going to ask that the next questions. So whatever it is here and now, has it any form, or is it an object? Answer it for yourself with yes or no. If anything could be left aside, this which cannot be taken out, does it have any shape or form? What about, could you say that there could be a boundary beyond this, where this doesn't exist? So does this have actually a boundary? And can this, whatever it is, could it become depressed or addicted to anything? Or can it become sick? May I ask if can it, whatever it is, can be for or against something or anyone? Can it choose sides? Beautiful. Stay like this. And can this, whatever it is, can it fade? Was it created or born? And can it perish, die, or come to an end? Just answer the questions with yes or no in your head. Are you creating this, or are you imagining it at all? Is it a philosophy or a belief system? And how close are you to it? Is there any distance between you and this? So deduce that all answers are about you, and that all these answers is truly who you really are. It's something that will never die or fade. It cannot become depressed or addicted or sick. It cannot be against anything or for something. It cannot be fate. It is not a belief system or a philosophy. And there is actually no distance between you and this, because this is simply who you truly are. Is it just a feeling that you're having? Or is it something that is actually always there? But usually we might not be aware of this space in which everything that we usually do in our daily life unfolds. And all I've wanted in this practice is to share with you this direct recognition that we are actually playing in this field of the mind and this true you that you might have experienced just now. So if you go back to everything that you think you are, where you usually identify yourself with, if you go and smoke a cigarette, you know, this all arises from this space. And this is what yoga teaches us, to gain a more authentic relationship with this true self with a capital S. It's nothing with any name or form or shape. It's nothing something we can like or dislike. It's simply there, arising in the here and now. Uniting your hands together in front of the heart space. Exhaling first, breathing deeply in, filling up. Bolo Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bowing forwards if you like, opening your eyes and palms, bowing down to your true self. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your practice together tonight. Thank you. And I hope to see you soon. If you have any concerns or questions, you can always come to me, of course, after class. I wish you a beautiful rest of your evening. Sleep well. Thank you.
Man in the mirror's forsaken trust, haunt him wherever